You're joining me here in a beautiful grove of aspen trees. They are surrounding us here in northern Colorado, up in the mountains. We're at about an elevation of 7,000 feet or so. You're propped up on an aspen tree right now. But I'm here in the woods to give you some cards for your day. So sit back, take a deep breath. We're gonna let the energies of the forest, the energies of this beautiful mountainous area, the trees, all the plant life that we have around us, the energy of the changing seasons, that's definitely upon us up here. All of that is going to sort of help to get us connected and flowing for this reading for you. So just let yourself tap into whatever higher powers or higher selves, whatever energies you resonate with. And if you've found yourself at this video, please, I hope that if what I say resonates, that you take it as a message to you. It's no coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidences. All right, so we're just gonna ask sort of a general, just a reading for the day, the energies, how you can make the day the best. Ooh, departure. Come on, focus, buddy. I'm a little farther away than usual. So this is the 8 of Cups, this one here. And sometimes this can indicate an ending or a letting go. And I know for me personally, I've been doing a lot of letting go of things that no longer serve me personally. And I know that that has been really, it's been a big theme for people that I know in my life as well, is finally gaining the courage to let go and to move on to a different place. And it's not that that action is not painful, it's not that it's not challenging, but it is necessary, and it does help bring you to a new place and a new understanding, and it helps you to see things from a different perspective and to understand where maybe you were confused about certain things. So if there are things that it's time to let them go, you can let them go. But the other thing about it too is that if it's not time to let them go, maybe you still have processing to do about it. Maybe you still have to learn something from it. It's not quite time to let it go. But if you want to let it go, if there are things that you're trying to move forward from, to keep, if there are things that prevent you from being who you want to be and where you want to be, your authentic self. This card is indicating that it is appropriate to sort of look at those things and consider all of that. Consider what steps you might need to take in order to facilitate this letting go if it's not time yet. But if it is time to, a lot of times we think, we get stuck in a pattern, and we think that we cannot let it go. We need this thing. You don't need anything. You can burn it all down if you want. Don't do it. They're not suggesting that, I don't think. The Emperor. I love getting the Emperor. The Emperor is one of my favorite cards. So here he is. And that feels really fitting for where I'm sitting right now, actually, because all the grass is sort of trampled. And the reason the grass is trampled is because huge herds of elk just come right through. They're sort of destructive. They just come right in. They're eating stuff. They're stomping things down. They have, much like the emperor, they've got something that they're trying to do. They've got a thing they're trying to achieve, and they're gonna do it, and they're gonna go in, and they're big, and they're powerful, and they're just gonna do it. They're gonna come in, they're gonna stomp all this stuff down, they're gonna eat all the stuff, they're gonna eat all these little like leaves and things, they're gonna chomp on a bunch of things, and it's gonna look like a war zone after they leave, and it kind of does, if you're in a this is actually not bad because it's just grass, but if you're in a spot where there's been like a bunch of berry bushes or something, man, sometimes it's like, dang, you guys, watch where you're stepping, maybe. But that's what they do. That is what they are meant to do. They're meant to come in and they're meant to stomp all this stuff up. It's part of the composting process, is to trample this stuff underfoot, to sort of really dig into it, really smush it in, and use it as a foundation. Use it as a foundation for your wisdom, but not as a directive for your actions. Your actions should come from your own sense of understanding of where you want to go and what the next step is. If your actions are precluded by feelings of shoulds, then I invite you to examine that and see if maybe some of those shoulds are things that you can depart from, that you can leave behind. Because the emperor kind of doesn't care who he smooshes on his way through, which is not really the energy that you want to bring 100%. But you do want to have confidence in what you're doing. You want to have the confidence of the elk who takes up space. The elk takes up space. And not only the one elk, elks come in groups, huge groups. So really, it's okay to take up space. It's okay to step into your power. But the other side of that is very important to recognize, is that your power expressing your power cannot come at the cost of someone else's life, as someone else's power. You cannot disempower others because you are now in power. That's not how it works. You have to do it from a place of humility and confidence. I know, it's a juggling act, All right, and then next, the Mother of Arrows. All right, so this is the Mother of Wands, the Queen of Wands, traditionally. Here, I'll come a little closer. The card. So as you can see, see, she's the Queen of Swords, essentially. The Queen of Swords. I love this card because I love the crystals. See the little crystals in the bottom? I think that's fun. I used to sell crystals in another life, so I dig crystals. But anyway, the Mother of Arrows, I think what she has to say and what she has to add to this is really that there is a level of discernment that you have to come to when it comes to your power. And I really am passionate about empowering you in realizing what a magical being you really are and how powerful you really are, and you do deserve to take up space. A lot of us don't believe that we deserve to take up space, and I think I think there is value in valuing ourselves, but there is also a level of sacrifice that comes in, because when you understand your own value, you also have to understand everyone else's value. You're not the only one with value. That would be ridiculous. Everyone, everything has an inherent value. And so this lady here, the mother of arrows, she's really aware of her emotional state and of her intentions, and she can be a little bit cold sometimes, seemingly. That's sort of the dark side of this card. But her power really comes from understanding the value of life and understanding the value of sacrifice and of death, and knowing that sometimes hard choices have to be made, but that you must know who you are. You have to stand in your own truth and your own values. And if you can do that, if you can uncover what your genuine values are and what's truly important to you and what you really would love to see on this plane of existence, outside of whatever limitations your past experience may have made you think was possible, your values, what you value, will, if you can stand in them, will point you to the right action. It will point you to actions that are empowering in a way that does not stomp on everyone else in your life, in a way that is not selfish, but is serving your community. Because that's what we all need. We all need to feel empowered to serve our community and our world and our people and our natural environment. We have to learn how to value that, and we have to learn how to value ourselves inside of it. And when you do that, you learn how to serve your community. And you learn that the most satisfying path is not a selfish one. It's one that we're all walking together, and one where we don't have to see people we care about hurting. We don't have to see people we don't care about hurting. But it all starts with you and your own empowerment. Thank you for joining me here. I hope that my reading has illuminated something for you, something resonated. If something has not resonated, if you think this is all cuckoo, well, then this wasn't for you. But if you find yourself wishing that this was your reading, like, man, I wish that was me, it is you. I'm talking to you. Yeah, you right there. You are the emperor, and you are allowed to take up space. And you are also the mother of arrows. You're also discerning. You are able to follow the path that most aligns with your values when you are aware of what those values are. It makes things very easy. Well, maybe not easy. It makes making decisions a little bit clearer. Thank you. I am the disreputable Reverend Hannah Winters.